Speaking of pop culture, we brought in the top guns in the industry. Haley Karania is the host of Nightly Scroll, all things pop culture, but also political takes and all this stuff. Haley, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. It's always a blast.
So, like I mentioned, I think I'm the only person here that actually talks about pop culture stuff, which is totally understandable. There's lots of very important political dynamics that need to be dissected each and every day. And I also think pop culture is important to the conversation of where the culture is. I would love to get your take on a couple things pop culture related. Specifically, the Cambridge Dictionary has come up with their word of the year. And I guarantee you this is our audience's first time hearing this word. It was my first time hearing the word when I read about this in the New York Post. Parasocial, who they claim was made popular by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Parasocial is a word that refers to when a person feels like they have a relationship with a famous person despite not knowing them personally. I have some interesting thoughts on this, but I'd love to hear your opening salvo here on the word of the year from the Cambridge Dictionary.
I'm actually shocked that you hadn't heard of it. Are you on TikTok, Jobob?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so maybe this is a TikTok thing, but there are a lot of prominent influencers on TikTok and people feel like they know them because they're sharing the most intimate parts of their lives. They're getting dressed for work in the morning. They know when they are going on a first date, when it goes well, when it goes badly. So even on the influencer space, people feel like they are friends with the people that they are following. And it is crazy because it kind of plays into this cancel culture mob mentality, which we see with a lot of celebrities, because when people follow influencers and celebrities, they feel like they have stock in that influencer or celebrity because they feel like because we follow you, we are part of the reason why you're famous, why you have this platform, why you're getting free Gucci shoes and why you're getting this bag and why you're getting all these fun freebies. So it kind of plays into the cancel culture mob thing because all of these influencers, they are beholden to their fans, so much so that when their fans demand that they come out and speak about pro-Palestine or whatever, these influencers and celebrities feel like, well, I owe it to my fans. I have to come out and spout whatever liberal BS that they want me to say. Therefore, they're not going to follow me anymore. Therefore, I'm not going to be famous anymore. So it's kind of this really toxic relationship, but it is parasocial. And parasocial, there is no other word that is peak 2025 than parasocial. And you brought up Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's fans are super parasocial. They feel like they've grown up with her from when she was 15 years old. And now she's in her mid 30s. They've been through every relationship, every breakup. They've been through everything with her, the highs and the lows, the Eras tour, whatever. And I'm not a Swiftie, but Taylor Swift and her fans, they speak in code. She leaves them little Easter egg hints and everything, this color, this lyric, whatever. And all the fans totally eat it up. They feel like they know her on a much deeper level. So I think it's mental illness, but that's my take on parasocial relationships.
So this is where it gets interesting because I think 3 months ago, I would have 100% agreed with you. That's crazy. That's insane. However, and not to take this in a different direction, but every single person I know really that I've talked to about Charlie has displayed some of these types of sentiments. Like I felt like I knew him. I felt like I didn't know him. I never met him in real life, but his assassination was like it hurt my whole family. I've talked to literally hundreds of people who have felt this way, and like I said, a couple months ago, I would have called all of the parasocial people crazy. And nowadays I kind of understand what that's like, especially kind of a firsthand knowledge. I was talking to a guy in Costco that I went to high school with his kids, and he said, I felt like I knew Charlie because of how prevalent he was in the social media space. And so I think in a way I also kind of get it now.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're right. I had never met Charlie. I mean, maybe aside from an email or two when I was a booker at Fox trying to get him on shows and whatnot, but I didn't have a close personal relationship whatsoever. But I was absolutely impacted by his death, as so many other people were across the whole world, because all of his views are on, they're well documented, right? They're all over the internet, and people they feel like they know where he stands on these issues. And then when he shares pictures of, his wedding to Erica and their beautiful children, it's now people feel like they know this other personal side of him. And then when they lose him, it is such a horrific loss for everyone. So yeah, maybe there is a human side to this parasocial relationship. I take back my mental illness comment.
No, but again, like I said, I would have 100% jumped on board with you, and even myself, I was fortunate enough to be able to know him, but a lot of the stuff I knew about him was through all of these videos, and even now I still think of really any topic that comes up politically or otherwise. I think, well, how would Charlie think about this? Because he was such a leader and such a force, and so again, I think I totally agree, except for the fact that I'm now experiencing, oh, this is what this could look like. I guess in a positive sense too. I think it's a good thing that people are thinking of Charlie in that way.
Yeah.
To transition entirely, we've supported Sydney Sweeney a lot on this show. I'm sure you have on yours as well. Big swing and a miss from Sydney Sweeney.